Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayana Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tado Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavad Uttama Shloke Bhaktar Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna. Sugandha Mataji, maybe would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji. Sure.
Okay, let me share it on the screen. 7:10 advanced text. Okay, let me know if you now see my screen.
Slowly. Yes, now.
So maybe you can read till verse number 26, I think 25 or 26. I'll let you know.
Okay. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Namaha. Hare Krishna. Prahlad, the best among exalted devotees. Text 1. The saint Narada Muni continued. Although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, when he heard the benedictions offered by Lord Narasimhadev, he considered them eh, impediments on the path of devotional service. Thus he smiled very mildly and spoke as follows. Text 2. Prahlad Maharaj said, My dear Lord, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, because I was born in an authentic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be literally liberated from materialistic life. It is for this reason that I have then shelter of your lotus feet. Text 3.
Taken
Oh,
shelter.
taken shelter of your lotus feet. Text 3. O my worshipful Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart, you have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of a pure devotee. Text 4. Otherwise, O my Lord, O Supreme Instructor of the entire world, you are so kind to your devotee that you could not in, induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange of devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. Indeed, he is no better than a merchant who wants profit in exchange of service. Text 5. A servant
Mataji,
who
you need not mention the number. You just
okay,
read like a prose. Yeah, thank you.
okay. A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not qualified servant or pure devotee. Similarly, a master who bestows benedictions upon his servant because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not pure master. O my Lord, I am your unmotivated servant, and you are my eternal master. There is no need of, of our being anything other than master and servant. You are naturally my master, and I am naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. O my Lord, best of the givers of benedictions, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. O my Lord, because of lusty desires from the very beginning of one's birth, the function of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are vanished, vanquished. O my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all the material desires in his mind, he becomes eligible to the process, possess wealth and opulence like yours. O my Lord, full of six opulence, O Supreme Person, O Supreme Soul, healer of all miseries, O Supreme Person, in the form of wonderful lion and man, let me offer my respectful obedience unto you. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Prahlad, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of the duration of time occupied by Manu. It does not matter that you are in the material world. You should always continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me, and always be absorbed in thought of me, for I am the super soul existing in core of everyone's heart. Therefore give up fruitive activities and worship me. My dear Prahlad, while you are in this material world, you will exhaust all the reactions of pious activity by feeling happiness, and by acting piously you will neutralize impious activity. Because of the powerful time factor, you will give up your body, but the glories of your activities will be sung in the upper planetary systems. And being fully freed from all bondage, you will return home back to Godhead. One who always remembers your activities and my activities also, and who chants the prayers who have offered, becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. Prahlad Maharaj said, O Supreme Lord, because of you, you are so merciful to the fallen soul. I I ask you only for one benediction. I know that my father at the time of death had already been purified by your glance upon him, but because of his ignorance of your beautiful power and supremacy, he was unnecessarily angry at you, falsely thinking that you are the killer of his brother. Thus he desiredly blasphemed.
Directly.
Thus he directly blasphemed uh, your lordship, the spiritual master of all living beings, and committed heavily sinful activities directed against me, your devotee. I wish that he is excused of all these sinful activities. The Supreme Personality Godhead said, my dear Prahlad, O most pure, O great saintly person, your father has been purified along with 21 forefathers of your family. Because you are born in this family, the entire dynasty has been purified. Whenever and wherever they there are they are peaceful, equipoised devotees who are well behaved and decorated with all good qualities that place and dynasties there, even if condemned, are purified. My dear Prahlad, king of deities, because of being attached to devotional service to me, my devotee does not distinguish between lower and higher living entities. In all respects, he is never jealous of anyone. Those who follow your example will naturally become my pure devotee. You are the best example of my devotee, and others should follow in your footsteps. My dear child, your father has already been purified just by touch of my body at the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son to perform Shraddha, ritualistic ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to planetary system where he may be where he may become a good citizen and devotee. After performing the ritualistic ceremony, take charge of your father's kingdom, sit upon the throne, and do not be disturbed by materialistic activities. Please, please keep your mind fixed
5
upon
minutes.
me. Without transgressing the injuries of the Vedas as a matter of formality, you may perform your particular duties. Sri Narada Muni continued, thus as the Supreme Personality of Godhead ordered Prahlad Maharaja perform the ritualistic ceremonies of his father, O King Yudhishthira, he was then enthroned in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu as directed by the Brahmas.
Okay. Brahmanas.
Lord Brahmana, Brahmas,
No.
Lord Brahma, surrounded by other demigods, was bright-faced because of the Lord was pleased. Thus he offered prayers to the Lord with transcendental words.
Okay. Um, mm, yeah, maybe let's read. Okay, let's continue this part next week. Yeah, thank you so much, uh,
Thank,
Sugandhamate.
thank.
Yes, this is in continuation from Bhagavad Sapta, which we had in 2025. Yeah, when we are closing the year and we're starting the 26th. In the sixth canto, there were a few chapters we wanted to finish, and then we came now to the seventh canto. Ideally, it would be nice that we can read again from the seventh canto, chapter 1, where all the nice, interesting questions of Yudhishthir Maharaj to Narad Muni are clarified. In that process, the Lord's Leela of how Lord Narasimhadev appeared and how did he been pacified by Prahlad Maharaj and what is the benediction that he got. This is what is covered. I think this particular chapter still has a lot to offer. So before we move on further, I thought, okay, I mean, the next chapters would be uh, how to understand what is dharma and what is adharma, what are the duties, what is asura varnashrama, what is asura varnashrama. So all these things will be covered later. But before that, let's appreciate this Leela further. Lord Narsimhadev, after Prahlad Maharaj offered wonderful prayers because he was not pacified by anyone. So then, when Lord Narsimhadev got pacified, uh, um, when Prahlad described the qualities of Narsimhadev, who is devoid of material qualities, the Lord gave up anger and spoke. He said, O gentle Prahlad, all good fortune unto you. I am pleased with you. I fulfill the desires of all. You may ask from me any benediction. Uh, so I think that is what is continued in this next chapter. And of course, the Lord is also saying, don't be, don't take it light. Now I'm asking you, if you may ask any benediction. Why? Because Mam Apranita Ayushman Darshanam Durlabham Hime. Darshanam Durlabham Hime is saying that to have my darshan is very rare. Shreyas Kama Mahabhaga Sarvasam Asisham Patim. Therefore, the wise try to please me in all different rasas, for I am the master of all blessings. So, And in that way, Shukadev Goswami said, Prahlad Maharaj didn't desire any material boon. Though he was born in demonic family and was allured, uh, it was due to his unalloyed bhakti. So unalloyed devotion, and then from there is what we are going to discuss what happened afterwards. Okay, 1 second. I'm checking my own. By the way, how did you find Sugandha Mataji while reading?
Very good, Prabhuji. Thank you very much for the opportunity. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you. So, Sri Narada Uvacha Bhakti Yogasya Tatsarvam Antarayatarbhakaha Manyamano Rishikesha Smayamana Uvachaha. So Narad Muni is saying, although Prahlad Maharaj was only a boy, when he heard the benedictions offered by Narsimhadev, he considered them impediments on the path of devotional service. So that shows the level of a Mahabhagavata. Mahabhagavata is not interested, or he's not doing services so that he can get some recognition, some remuneration, some renunciation. No, no, nothing, all these things. He is just doing it as a service to please the Lord. In the purport, Prabhupada mentions material achievements are not the ultimate goal of devotional service. What does that mean? We are thinking material achievement. Oh, if I become a manager, if I become a director, if I become a executive, or if I become president, vice president of the nation, uh, all these things, the more and more I become, yeah, the more and more then I am suitable for ultimate goal of devotional service. No, the ultimate goal of devotional service is love of Godhead. Uh, so when we are practicing devotional service, our goal is what? That priceless love of Godhead is what we want. Therefore, although Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruva Maharaj, Ambarish Maharaj, Yudhishthir Maharaj, and many great devotee kings were materially very opulent, they accepted their material opulence in the service of the Lord, not for their personal sense gratification. This is very important. What will we take with us when we leave the world? Huh? Nothing. Even the name, can we take the name with us? Sometimes people say, oh, work such a way that people remember you forever. What is the value of remembering forever? Is that something for us? No. That is that so that others may benefit, not for our own benefit. That, oh, now I have a name. That's why, oh, people will sing my glories even after I leave. That's why people, uh, I mean, in the, if in 1980s or during that time, at least I've come across some movies where people who are like jamindars or very rich people, what they used to do is they used to pay some people to create a title on their name, that he is Sarvabhauma, he is that, he is this, so that after he leaves, then still his name is always there. I don't think so many people are still remembered. Anyway, so very important is we are not behind this. Yeah, no, it's not that someone has to remember me. Who am I so special? No, it is very important that life after life I remember the Lord. Uh, and by remembering the Lord, it means that I engage in devotional service. By engaging in devotional service, it means that I hanker for love of Godhead. Hmm. Um, Of course, possessing material opulence is always fearful because under the influence of material opulence, one may be misdirected from devotional service. Uh, so material opulence, so that's why it's quite hard to handle this kind of Aishwarya. This Aishwarya that is coming, which is sometimes make us comfortable in this life. Oh, so nice. I don't have to work hard like, those devotees, full-time devotees, they are working day and night. They have to get up early morning, 3 o'clock, no time to sleep. Oh, I think I am practicing bhakti only, but I have my own comfort zone, and in comfort zone I can execute my devotional service very nicely. No, this doesn't go hand in hand. So when the material opulence is available, when everything is available, one should understand that one may be misdirected from devotional service. Nonetheless, a pure devotee is never misdirected by material opulence. Anyabhilashita shunyam. On the contrary, whatever he possesses, he engages 100% in the service of the Lord. So, this is the secret of a devotee's happiness. How is it that the devotee is happy when he has money, when he doesn't has money? Because when he doesn't has money, he appreciates that as a blessings of the Lord, so that he will not be misguided or misdirected or miss the path. And when one is having all riches at his disposal, he is also not worried because, oh Lord, oh, so nice that I am able to engage everything in your service. So in both the cases, the devotee is always happy. When one is allured by material possessions, they are considered to be given by Maya. But when one uses material possessions fully for service, they are considered God's gift. So, do we want God's gift or do we want God's illusory gift? Yeah, just no one wants, right? Sugandha Mataji, no one wants a fake gift, right? A nice wrapper, everything with a nice ribbon tied and with a nice label uh, for you only. And after you open, there is nothing inside. Now you feel you are cheated.
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji. Yes.
So, no, this is how we see they are considered to be given by Maya. But when one uses material possessions fully for service, now when we are seeing, for example, I remember often Ambarish Prabhu, Prabhupada disciple, what a kind of devotee he is. Yeah, hire of Ford, um, what do you call this? Assets. Yeah. So, no, he gave everything in the service of Prabhupada's dream of the temple for Vedic planetarium. Uh, for us, just to give few hundred euros or dollars, it itself is very difficult. He has given so much so that the whole nice construction is coming. Yeah, of course, with the support of devotees again, but the initiative of whatever one has to engage, we can see, and he is definitely pleasing the Lord, and he will be pleased hence. So, Sri Praradavacha Mam Pralobhayopatyam Saktam Kameshu Tairvaraihi Tatsanga Bhito Nirvinno Mumukshustvam Upashritaha. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, after Lord asked, ask me any benediction. Of course, it's very rare to see me. Huh? Everyone is really, really working hard to get my blessings. Oh Prahlad, ask, what do you want? So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, huh? My lord, because I was born in an atheistic family, I am naturally attached to material enjoyment. Therefore, kindly do not tempt me with these illusions. In fact, in the first verse, it is said, uh, Smayamana Uvacha. Smayamana, I think, let me take also word to word translation, is smilingly. Yeah, Smayamana means smilingly he spoke. So he is saying, oh, yeah, you want to throw a trap. Uh, ma, mam, pralobhyatyam. Pralobhya means showing, tempting. Pralobhya, alluring. So, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, do you want to tempt me? Therefore, kindly do not tempt me because I am already a atheistic family member. Atheist means not interested in Lord. And on top of that, if you give me all the opulences, I will never ever turn to you. So please don't give such benediction. I am very much afraid of material conditions, and I desire to be liberated from materialistic life. If it, sorry, it is for this reason that I have taken shelter of your lotus feet. Huh? So the goal of a life of a devotee is always look for a liberation from materialistic life, not liberation from this world and then that's it. Oh no, no, not only that. Liberation from materialistic life means spiritual life, taking spiritual life, and that's why Prahlad Maharaj is saying, "I am taking your shelter for this." Hmm? In the purport, Prabhupada mentions materialistic life means that attachment to the body and everything in relationship to the body. This attachment is based on lusty desires for sense gratification, specifically sexual enjoyment. Kama is tair, Kama is tair hrita jnana. When one is too attached to material enjoyment, he is bereft of hrita jnana. All knowledge is gone. So one should be very careful. They are especially attached, and Prahlad Maharaj was detached from all material enjoyment. He therefore took shelter of the Lord, lotus feet, Nrsimhadev, and not the feet of any demigod. It is to be understood that if one really wants release from this material world, from the threefold miseries and from Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadi, one must take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For without the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one cannot get release from materialistic life. Hmm. So Prahlad Maharaj, however, was very careful in this regard. Although born of a materialistic father, because he was a devotee, he had no material desires. Prithya Lakshana Jignasur Bhaktam Kameshva Achodayat Bhavan Samsara Bijeshu Hridaya Granthishu Prabho. Hridaya means heart. Granthi means mm, in the layers, in the core of the heart, which uh, is in the core of hearts of all conditioned soul. What is that? Samsara Bijeshu. Samsara, this material world, Bijeshu, the root to enjoy in this world. He is saying, "O my worshipable Lord, because the seed of lusty desires, which is the root cause of material existence, is within the core of everyone's heart. You have sent me to this material world to exhibit the symptoms of pure devotee." Here, here, in the purport, Prabhupada explains that there are two kinds of devotees. One is Nitya Siddha and another one is Nitya Baddha. Hmm? And sorry, and Sadhana Siddha. I'm sorry, Sadhana Siddha and Nitya Siddhas. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu has given considerable discussion about Nitya Siddha and Sadhana Siddha. Nitya Siddha devotees come from Vaikuntha to this material world to teach by the example how to become a devotee. So the living entities in the material world can take lessons from Nitya Siddha devotees like Prahlad Maharaj. The Nitya Siddha devotees come from Vaikuntha upon the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and shows by his example how to become a pure devotee. In spite of coming to this material world, the Nitya Siddha devotee is never attracted by the allurement of material enjoyments. So, yeah, they are aloof from all the business that's happening here. There is so much business here going on in the name of sometimes in the name of goodness, sometimes in the mode of passion, and sometimes in the spirit of ignorance. Hmm. A perfect example is Prahlad Maharaj, who was a Nitya Siddha, a Mahabhagavata devotee. Please remember this. I think in the 17th verse we will again come back on the same topic. What is a Nitya Siddha? And in the case of Prahlad Maharaj, what kind of Nitya Siddha he is. Although Prahlad Maharaj was born in the family of Hiranyakashipu, he was never attached to any kind of materialistic enjoyment. Desiring to exhibit the symptoms of pure devotee, the Lord tried to induce Prahlad Maharaj to take material benediction. So sometimes it is not that Prahlad Maharaj had a desire at a corner of his heart. We know in the case of Dhruv Maharaj, he had a desire. He wanted to have the throne or the lap of a father who is greater than his own father, greater than Lord Brahma. Oh, he had that desire. But in case of Prahlad Maharaj, what did he had? Lord very well knows the greatness of Prahlad Maharaj, and that's why he asking this, oh, take a benediction so that he will reject it, and that becomes um, a principle for us to follow because Prahlad Maharaj becomes a role model for us. In other words, the Lord Himself has no desire to send His pure devotee to this material world, nor does a devotee has any material purpose in coming. When the Lord Himself appears as an incarnation within this material world, He is not allured by material atmosphere and He has nothing to do with material activity. Yet by His example, He teaches common man how to become a devotee. So when Lord comes, he doesn't become a mortal, he doesn't become a material, uh, he is not having a material body. No, the Lord is still, though he's not interested to come. Hmm. Yeah, we know, we can see uh, Vachakar or a speaker or Acharya, they don't have any interest in this world to come, but yeah, they come. Or a teacher, I think that's a good example. In a university, why does he come to teach? Of course, yeah, he has a duty. He takes up a duty so that he can make everyone uh, literate, knowledgeful, understandable, and make life successful. It's not that, oh, it's a forced duty. Hmm? It is that, yeah, he has a voluntary option of what to become, and he has chosen to be a teacher. And when he wants to be a teacher, then he teaches properly. And of course, he knows everything. It's not that he's revising for himself that he is going to give an exam. No, he is sharing that knowledge so that his students can give exam and become successful. So neither the teacher is interested there to come and give classes, and here the Lord also not interested. It's not that Lord is coming and practicing his own tenets. What did he speak? What are the tenets of dharma? No, he knows everything. He's coming and showing how to do, and in this process, he's not impacted. He's not affected. If Sita Devi is kid, I think we covered that yesterday, Hajarasa Prabhu. Did we cover that about Mother Sita? Yeah, yeah. In the evenings, 8:30, we covered in the fifth canto. Yeah, the prayers offered by um, those by Hanuman, Kimpurusha Varsha, the devotees there are offering that in that how come that Ram will become dull and morose when his wife Sita is kidnapped like a material human man? No, no, he still is a spiritual entity. He is spiritual, fully transcendental, and a devotee also. I mean, this is one point, and here in this case, we can see a devotee also is not affected. When Prahlad Maharaj is coming, he is not affected. A pure devotee, therefore, is a practical example of all living entities, including Lord Brahma. नान्यथा ते अखिल गुरो घटेता करुणात्मनः यस्ते आशिषा आसास्ते न स भृत्या स वै वणिक्. Vanik means merchant. Vanidya, uh, Vanidya is a mercantile. Vanik means a merchant. Otherwise, he's saying, otherwise, oh my Lord, oh Supreme Instructor of entire world, you are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do something unbeneficial for him. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. Hmm? So you are so kind to your devotee that you could not induce him to do some unbeneficial for him. So, so here is saying you are very kind to devotees and you do not want to derail them from the devotional path. On the other hand, one who desires some material benefit in exchange for material for devotional service cannot be your pure devotee. So who can be pure devotee? He is one who is not interested in other things. Indeed, he is no better than a merchant who wants profit in exchange for service. This is a very, very, very important. When we are practicing bhakti, the the spirit of devotion is mentioned in this one shloka from Prahlad Maharaj. He says, Prabhupada, in the purport, Prabhupada writes, it is sometimes found that one comes to a devotee or a temple of the Lord just to get some material benefit. Such a person is described here as mercantile man. In Bhagavad Gita, there is Artho Jignasur Artharthi. Hmm? Artho means one who is physically distressed. Artharthi means refers to one in need of money. Such persons are forced to approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead for mitigation of distress or to get some money by benediction of the Lord. They have been described as Sukruti. pious because in their distress or in need for money, they have approached the Lord. Unless one is pious, one cannot approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. However, although a pious man may receive some material benefit, one who is concerned with material benefits cannot be a pure devotee. So one may think, what is wrong? Okay, after all, yeah, we can go to the Lord for becoming rich. We can go to the Lord so that uh, um, we can get some money. Yeah, rich. Yeah, Artharthi is rich, and we can go to the Lord for freedom from suffering. Oh, I'm suffering. Come on. Mm, no one is suffering like me. I see the neighbors having a great time. I see my manager is having a great time. I see my husband has a great time. Uh, so many. Why only me suffering? Oh, Bhagavan, let me come to you. Please remove distress. Whereas a pure devotee is asking, oh, uh, not remove distress. He's saying, Queen Kunti is praying, oh, I have always been remembering you tightly, closely to me when there were challenges, calamities in my life. So may my life, you invite more such things, send more these things. So, therefore, a pure devotee is anya bhilashita shunyam. He has no desire for material profit, nor does the Lord induce him to try to profit materially. So, don't worry. And also, don't be scared. Because, after all, I think there are few verses which will come definitely as an eye openers. So, when a devotee needs something, the Supreme Lord supplies it. Yoga kshemam vahamyaham. Sometimes materialists go to a temple to offer flowers and fruit to the Lord because they have learned from Bhagavad Gita that if a devotee offers some fruits and flowers and fruits, the Lord accepts them. Uh, so we know this. But what is missing? Thus, a man with a mercantile mentality thinks that if he can get some material benefit, like a large amount of money, simply by offering a little fruit or and flower, this is a good business. Huh? I I think in yeah, of course, not only in Mumbai. Forget Mumbai. I heard someone. Yeah, there are people who don't have faith in Vastu. They don't have faith in God. Uh, they don't have faith in a real purpose of all these things, rituals, karma kanda. Also, they are not interested. They don't even care. But when they are buying a house with 3 crore rupees. That is the reason the such a person is inviting a pandit, paying him 3,000 rupees, thinking, hey, I am buying 3 crore property. Yeah, 3,000 is nothing. If by chance it works out that all auspiciousness is filled, oh, so that house is mm, blessed, yeah, there is no harm. Let me do that. So we engage in devotional service sometimes with the spirit of business because if I don't do this, oh, I will suffer. Yeah, usually sometimes we are motivated. That's why we are called as God fearing, not God loving. God loving are not really worried about all these things. So if there is suffering, that is a blessing of the Lord. If there is opulences, that is blessing of the Lord. Whatever is coming as a blessing of the Lord, because we love the Lord, and what is it means that we have full faith that Lord loves us. Huh? We have full faith, yeah, because Lord Himself is declaring that um, Suhrada Sarva Bhutanam. He is very, very close to us, and we have full faith in it. So, whatever is coming is accepted as the blessing of the Lord. Mm. So, because their desires are not purified, they are still mercantile men, even though they go to temples to make a show of being devotees. We have been showing off so much in our devotional life. Yes, our devotional life is still surrounded or filled with lot of material desires. I want a material desire of that. I want a material desire of this. Um, oh, so nice. Some who is not married want to be married. Who is married want to be vanaprastha. So many. All these are motivating in the sense of becoming art, Artis, yeah. Oh, may Lord, please remove all obstacles in my life. Huh? Oh, and that is the purpose. Oh, all the material obstacles are gone, then I will practice bhakti. Huh? No, sarvopadi vinirmuktam paratvena nirmalam rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhaktiruttamam. Uh, what is the best form of bhakti? Rishikena rishikesa sevanam. With all our senses, serve Rishikesha, the controller of senses. Rishikena rishikesa sevanam bhaktiruttamam. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. This is very important. Forget about all designations that are coming in the way of our devotional life. Sometimes we become um, uh, best cook. Sometimes we have become a best cleaner. Sometimes we have become a best sweeper. Sometimes we have become best kirtaniya. Sometimes we have become best preacher. Sometimes we have become a best. All these sometimes, yeah, all these titles one may give. All these. I'm not even talking about material titles. Upadi means shelter. Upadi means a title. Upadi means support. Uh, I think um, if in the olden times, yeah, when when the alliances happen, uh, the husband or not the boys ask, "What is the upadi? Uh, with what are you going to take care of my daughter?" And then he will tell, you know what, I have done that, I have done this, I have this wealth, I have that wealth. So upadi is a support. Sarvopadi vinirmuktam. Paritvena nirmalam. This is very important. Paritvena nirmalam. Nirmalam means to be free. Mala means contamination. Nirmala. Nirmala means free from contamination. And with that, what one should do? So one should be free from all these titles because these titles don't really belong to us. If we have done something, it is still by the blessings of the Lord and the devotees. Yeah. So all these titles, it's not like we carry this. Yeah. Sometimes we see um, the defense people, they have many badges as recognition, and they want to carry all the time. Of course, yeah, they have done something, quite something, but will that save him in the next battle? Just if you go to the battlefield and show, you know what, I have this chakra and I have that what do you call this medals? There's a special word that's used. Bravery, bravery awards. Yeah, there is. I mean, anyway, so many. Yeah, you just go to the Pakistan border and if you show these things and say, "Hey, I'm so great," then you will be the first target. Yeah, because the world is filled with so many envious people who will just start grabbing all those titles and everything. How they can pull all these titles from you? The world is filled with that. Nothing will save. Not no upadi will save. Being a good husband will not save. Being a good wife will not save. Uh, from the clutches of Maya, nothing can save. Rishikena Rishikesa Sevanam Bhaktiruchyate. Bhaktiruchyate. One attains, not Uttam. Bhaktiruchyate, one attains. This is pure devotional platform. आशा सानो न वै भृत्या स्वामिनी आशिष आत्मनः न स्वामी भृत्यतः स्वाम्यम इच्छन् यो राति चाशिषः. Is saying a servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant. I really, I mean, is this is very, 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 as I said, very important instructions. We can see number 5. If someone want to make a note, we can make a note of this verse, definitely. 7, 10, 5. Uh, asasano means, asa means desirous. As asasana, a person who desires, no. Navai bhritya, one who has desires, how can he be a servant? A servant who desires material profits from his master is certainly not a qualified servant or pure devotee. So when we are desiring something in return from the master, then we should not call ourselves as a servant, because there is this asha. Asha is there. And then very important eye opener here is also similarly a master who bestows benedictions upon his servant because of a desire to maintain a prestigious position as master is also not a pure master. So, in a way, Prahlad Maharaj is in a smiling mood. He's telling, "Oh, hey Bhagwan, huh? You want to give benedictions, all fine. Do you want to become famous by giving me something?" No, no, he didn't. Um, we can see, but a devotee always is doing something with some intention of getting something, but that is not devotion. I usually come up, often say this. There are so many companies in the world which says we are service-based company. What kind of service when you are making business? That cheating business is always there. It's not, no, 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 no. We are really, no, no, no. Come on. We have learned how to do and we want to show the world how best it should be done. Okay, are we doing for charity? No, no, no. How can we do for charity? We have so many employees to take care. We have to pay them. Okay, fine, pay them. But are you not making profits? Yeah, little profit. We all are in the same mentality, that we think that we are doing service, but there is always an intention. Maybe serious devotees expecting only little profit. Maybe arthi or artharthi is demanding or expecting more for a very little service. This means a servant, we can see how is our devotional life. Are we ready to serve more even if we are not getting anything? Or are we ready to serve only when we get something? That should help us to understand well. Anyway, so here in this verse, we can see this important point. Kamaistair hrit jnana prapadyante anya devata. Okay, I think that's not we want to cover mainly. If one worships the Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, the Lord will never offer him such condemned benedictions. Okay, here this anyway, the point is coming about. For example, once it was found that an asura took a benediction from Lord Shiva. You may know not Vritrasura, Bhomasura, and there is also called Bhasmasura. Uh, so they have asked a benediction from Lord Shiva that on whomever I place the hand on that person should be killed immediately. Such benedictions are possible to receive from demigods. If one worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, however, the Lord will never offer such condemned benedictions. In fact, from the verse number 25 to 29, or after that, from 30 to 34, when Lord Brahma is offering his prayers, then before Lord Narsimhadev disappears from this place, he condemns and warns Lord Brahma to not give such benedictions like to Hiranyakashipu. So it says, Yasyaham anugrahnami harishye tad dhanam sanai. Again, as I said, if we are, how strong are we devotees? By hearing this in the Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 10:88:8, there is this Yasyaham anugrahnami. So my mercy, it is said, the personality. If I especially favor someone, especially, not just specially, especially favor someone, I gradually deprive him of his wealth. Then the relatives and friends of such a poverty stricken man abandon him. In this way, he suffers one distress after another. Oh my God, I didn't expect that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come to Krishna consciousness. I was thinking Krishna consciousness means Anandambudhi Vardhanam. Yes, but Anandambudhi Vardhanam is coming when the Lord is dealing us with this kind of operation. When He is cleaning us, when He is doing this surgery, that, oh, this desire is not good, let me take it off. I think these comforts are not really real comforts, that just like a experienced trainer knows how to train his student uh, to perform best. The Lord is making sure whatever is not needed is taken off. Just like if there are, what do you call this, what is it, Olympics that is happening now or Paralympics? I think normal Olympics, right? Yeah, it's not para. No, after this comes Paralympics. So in Olympics, yeah, the trainer is, we may see this 100 meters, 200 meters, marathon, all. So the trainers are not saying, oh, eat well, sleep well. No, they are not just, they are just telling how to make the body lean and strong and agile, not fragile, and then uh, fit for the competition. So the Lord is making fit for service. Whatever is an obstacle, He is removing that. No, no, no. We want obstacles which are really obstacles of enjoyment. Let Lord remove that. You know what? Poverty. Let, no, I don't want to be poor. Let Lord remove that and make me rich. This is what we are praying to the Lord. Oh, Artharthi means I want money, man. I want money so that I can be enjoying. And then after money comes honey. And after honey, honey gets bored and then one desires for bunny. Yeah, I think in Bhagavad Sapta I was saying this nice small short poem. Yeah, and after bunny, nothing is funny, right? And then we start thinking, oh, then Jigyasu comes. Arti, Jigyasu, Artharthi. Ah, so then Jigyasu, I think, hey, I think this world is, I think I have some clue this is not the place for happiness. There is something definitely I need to get out of it. Uh, so let me offer prayers. Anyway, so if one is too materialistic but at the same time wants to be a servant of the Supreme Lord, the Lord, because of his supreme compassion for the devotee, takes away all his material opulences and obliges him to be a pure devotee of the Lord. Hmm. Yeah, I forgot the name. Yeah. Ekachak. What is this? Does anyone know what is the name of Ekachakra Prabhu? Recently, he was in our temple, Gauradesh. Yeah. He is the one who usually has the saxophone and he became recently sannyas. He took sannyas Diksha. Mm. Yeah, I think last year he was there. Uh, his son of a very rich aristocratic family or a music band family where money was so much that money was literally on the floor. So much money was just thrown, was on the floor. So much money they didn't have time to groom and take them and take. Yeah, but then a series of events happened where he appreciated Krishna consciousness as the way of life and he gave up everything. So I mean, there are so many examples. There are so many examples. The Lord is the pure master and supreme master, whereas an unalloyed devotee with no material motives is the pure servant. One who has materialistic motivation cannot become a servant, and one who unnecessarily bestows benediction upon his servant to keep his own prestigious position is not a real master. Sometimes we see na, okay, the person is not qualified, let me give him still. Okay, chalega. Why? Not as a mercy, as a, okay, if he is not inspired, then he will leave me. Huh? No, no, no. Let me make such a way that he likes me. Yeah, he lives with me and so that he can serve me. No, that is not the purpose of becoming a master. The role of a master is what? Is a serious business. Of course, not business means in exchange some. No, it's a serious thing that he is taking responsibility of his student that he becomes perfect. And in that process, yeah, he is not interested whether he is chastised or he is misunderstood or he is um, not recognized. Yeah, sometimes we say, no, it's a thankless job. Yeah, no, the master is not still. So, one who is looking for a prestigious position is not a real master. Very simple test. These two tests, one test is how pure we are, Mm. It's so nice to understand, oh, there is a long journey to go, and sometimes we come across so-called masters. They are interested in somewhere their own name and fame, and can we count them as masters? Prahlad Maharaj is saying no. Mm. Aham tva akama tvad bhaktas tvam cha swami anapashrayah. नान्यते हावयोर अर्थो राजा सेवकयोर इव. Raja sevakayor iva means just like tax collectors of the king. Oh my lord, I am your unmotivated servant and you are my eternal master. There is no need of our being anything other than master and servant. No, no, no. Nothing should come between us. I am a sincere servant. Whatever you say is my order. What is it? Whatever you say is my order. No. What is? Whatever you order is my instruction for me. Yeah, is instruction for me, and I just follow. Hmm? Nothing else. It's not no other thing. You are naturally my master, and I naturally your servant. We have no other relationship. Hmm? In this purport again, Prabhupada mentions Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Jivera Swarupa Hoy Krishnera Nityadas. That is the only thing we have to remember. Bhoktaram Yajna Tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. I am your proprietor. I am the proprietor of all planets and I am the supreme enjoyer. This is a natural position of the Lord, and natural position of living being is to do what? Sarva dharma parijyansha mamekam sharanam braja. In if this relationship continues, then real happiness exists eternally between the master and servant. What it means? That servant should always understand Sarva Dharma Parijyancha Mamekam Sharanam. Yeah, I have a duty as a citizen of this nation. I have a responsibility as a family member. No, all these things are secondary. Usually we think that these are primary. If this relationship, if we keep Krishna as the main instructor, yeah, Sarva Dharma, and the main mm, instructions to follow, uh, then if this relationship continues, then real happiness exists eternally between the master and servant. And Prabhupada mentions what happens otherwise. Unfortunately, when this eternal relationship is disturbed, the living entity wants to become separately happy and think that the master is his order supplier. Then he thinks, oh, why this master is always um, um, asking me to do that? Why this master is always so strict? Why is this master not understanding me? Huh? Doesn't he know that after all, I will struggle. I am not having sleep. I am frustrated. I am disappointed, disgusted with what I am. No, why is he asking me? Huh? There is a very nice. I mean, I don't remember exact context when Ramanujacharya sent his student to go and learn lessons from a maid servant in some devotee's house. Come on, a scholar learning from a maid servant? What is that? Hmm? No. So in this way, there cannot be happiness. If one thinks that, oh, my guru is always orders, he's supplying orders, order supplier. No, no, no. He's always giving me orders. No, I don't like orders. I thought my master will give me blessings. After all, that's what I'm asking every day. Oh, Maharaj, oh Prabhu, please bless me. Please bless me. No, um, when he's blessing, his blessings are actually coming through his instructions. When Guru is asking something, that itself is a blessing. Yeah. Why? Because he's not asking for himself, he's asking for our benefit. So if he does, and yeah, and then in this way there cannot be happiness. Nor such a master cater to the desires of the servant. If he does, he is not a real master. The real master commands, "You must do this," and the real servant immediately obeys the order. Yeah, of course, these days, how can gurus so commandingly tell, oh yeah, yeah, one may say, oh, Prabhupada is okay, but after Prabhupada, no one is like Prabhupada. How can we take his order as it is, like it was Prabhupada? Oh no, what kind of mentality have you developed? If we have this mentality, we have not appreciated the greatness of our Guru. We have not appreciated what is the position of our Guru. Yeah, we are not even talking. If you see in Chaitanya Mahaprabhu movement, it's not only about Diksha Guru, it's also about the Siksha Guru. Have anyone, by the way, have read this book called Shiksha Guru by His Holiness Shivaram Maharaj? I think last year we came across something like this, and I have shared the link. Yeah. Yeah, for that matter, yeah, we can see, yeah, Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru. Yeah, the real master commands, you must do this, and the real servant immediately obeys the order. So, if one of these or both of these are not happening, then there is no guru-disciple relation. Unless this relationship between the Supreme Lord and the subordinate living entity is established, there can be no real happiness. The living entity is Ashraya, and Ashraya means one who is subordinate and depending on someone, and the Lord is called Vishaya, means one who is giving everything. The supreme objective. uh, Unfortunate people, persons trapped in this material world do not know this. Nate vidu swartha gatim hi Vishnum. Illusioned by the material energy, everyone in this material world is unaware that the only way of life is to approach Lord Vishnu. Aradhanam sarvesham Vishnor aradhanam param tasmat parataram devi tadiyanam samarchanam. In Padma Puran, Devinam, to whom is saying, Lord Shiva is telling Parvati Devi, she is saying that the highest goal of life is Aradhananam Sarvesham, of all Aradhana, all worships. Vishnur Aradhanam Param. Uh, Therefore, this is what is said, is to satisfy. Who can be, goal is to satisfy Lord Vishnu, who can be satisfied only when his servant is satisfied. Tasmat parataram devin tadiyanam samarchanam. And then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Gopi bhartu padakamalayur dasa dasa anudas. So both Lord Shiva as well as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are saying the best thing is the Lord is satisfied not directly by but satisfied when their devotees are served and satisfied. Mm. One must become a servant of the servant. Prahlad Maharaj also prayed to Lord Nrsimhadev that he might be engaged as the servant of Lord's servant. This is the prescribed method of devotional service. As soon as a devotee wants the Supreme Personality of Godhead to be his order supplier, the Lord immediately refuses to become master of such a motivated devotee. Huh? And this is the secret. So we should not just think, oh, okay, what a burden. Let me not go. So Lord is also saying, okay, I will not come into your business. So ye yatha mam prapadyante tam tatheva bhajamyaham. As one surrenders unto me, I reward him accordingly. That's why we also see similar spirit also in the gurus. A spiritual master is not giving instructions to one who cannot follow. Or actually said, one should not even instruct. When, yeah, when he, knowingly, of course, unknowingly, we don't know the capacity of the disciple. One can still give. Prabhupada has given so many instructions. For example, hey, Giriraj Maharaj, you say you go and establish ISKCON in Mumbai. Was not an easy thing. And he says, someone go to Pakistan and preach. Someone to all these things are impossible things. Yeah, but uh, w- along with that, Prabhupada saw the spirit of accepting his guru's instruction as it is, and that's why he gave the instructions. It's not that already they know, okay, this will definitely happen. No, because um, They had faith in Prabhupada, and Prabhupada had the faith in their faith in the following of their guru. Of so that's why it worked. Mm. Materialistic persons are generally inclined to material profits. As long as one continues in such an adulterated position, he does not receive the benefit of returning home back to Godhead. यदि दास्यसि मे कामान् वरांस्त्वं वरदर्शभः कामानां हृदि असो असम असमरोहम भवतस्तु वृणे वरम. He's saying, "Oh my Lord, best of giver of benediction." This is Varan, Varatvam, Varada, Rishabha. Uh, Rishabha means strong, like a bull. Bull is called Rishabha. Rishabha Dev. When we were going through that in the Bhagavatam, mm, in the fifth canto, it is said because he is an expert, that's why he's called Rishabha, who can give any benediction. Varada Rishabha, Kamanam of all desires. So he says, if you at all want to bestow a desirable benediction upon me, then I pray from your Lordship that within the core of my heart there be no material desires. So that is the desire that Prahlad Maharaj is asking. Come on. Yeah, so far I was thinking Prahlad Maharaj is best. Parth Prabhu, one should not have any desires, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Now you see what Prahlad Maharaj is asking. Hmm?
Yes. He's asking to have no desire himself.
No material desires. Yeah, the desire is to have no material desires. Sri Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us, na dhanam na janam na sundarim kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmanishware bhavatat bhaktir ahaitukitpai. That unflinching devotional service. I will, I will not be bereft of your transcendental devotional service. That is what we want. Devotees are always on the positive platform in contrast to Mayavadis who want to make everything impersonal or void. Yeah. So, Prahlad, therefore, the devotee on the positive side wants to possess something, and this possession is very nicely described by Prahlad Maharaj, who says, if I must take some benediction from you, I pray that within the core of my heart there may be no material desires. The desire to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not at all material. This is the line in the seventh purport, part Prabhupada is mentioning. The desire to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead is not at all material. Indriyani manah prana atma dharmo dhritir matihi hri shri teja smriti satyam yasya nasyanti janmana. He's saying, what will happen? Because of lusty desires from the very beginning of one's life, the function of one's senses, mind, life, body, religion, patience, intelligence, shyness, opulence, strength, memory, and truthfulness are all vanquished. Lusty desire, that's why it says Indriyani, Mana, Prana, life, air, and all these things are because of lusty desires. Everything is nasyanti, which will be spoiled. Um, in the purport, Prabhupada mentions what is the disease of our heart, Hridrogam, is materialistic life. As stated in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam, Kamam Hridrogam. Kamam Hridrogam. Kamam is lust desire, is our heart disease. Heart disease. Materialistic life means that one is afflicted by a formidable disease called lusty desire. Liberation means freedom from lusty desire because it is only due to such desires that one must accept repeated birth and death. So that is the cause of our suffering. As long as one's lusty desires are unfulfilled, one must take birth after birth to fulfill them. So better let's understand that we cannot finish or attain the max of lusty desires. So, oh, no, no, I have this desire, let me satisfy this, then after that I will become peaceful, Shanta Chitta, Prashanta Manasa. All these things is bogus. The more we have lusty desires satisfied, the more we think, oh, why not like this, why not like that? The creativities of enjoying this metal energy is unlimitedly leading to uh, birth after birth. We are in this cycle. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is saying, Mama Janmani Janmanishware Bhakta Bhavatat Bhakti Rahetukit Vai. Unalloyed devotional service to the Lord is the only spiritual desire, no other desires. And then I think we covered Sarvapadir Vinir Muktam. Then Vimunchati Yada Kaman Manavo Manasi Sthitan Tarhi Eva Pundari Kaksha Bhagavattvayam Kalpate. This word Bhagavatva, Bhagavatva means uh, Bhagavatva means one who um, one who is of that type. Atva in Sanskrit. I'm just trying to recollect any similar word. Mahatva. Mahatva, Maha means great. Mahatva means that which is great. Bhagavatva means, uh, in the word to word translation, it said to be equally as potent as the Lord. And Mayavads may think Bhagavatva means to become God. No, we cannot become God. We can be equally as opulent as God. And the purport is so nice. Yeah. First, it means, oh my Lord, when a human being is able to give up all material desires in his mind, he becomes eligible to possess wealth and opulence like yours. So, how can we have this Bhagavatva? That spirit, it's an adjective. Bhagavatva is by giving up material desires. In the purport, atheistic men sometimes criticize a devotee by saying, if you do not want to take any benediction from the Lord, and if the servant of the Lord is as opulent as the Lord Himself, why do you ask for benediction of being engaged as Lord's servant? Very tricky question, right? Again, I repeat. If you do not want to take any benediction from the Lord, okay, now devotees say, I don't want any benediction. And if the servant of the Lord is as opulent as the Lord Himself, yeah, because a devotee is anyway, yeah, Bhagavatva he has attained, means whatever is all opulences Lord has, a devotee also has it, then why do you ask for benediction of being engaged as Lord's servant? Then why you have to serve the Lord? If you are as good as God, then why? Yeah, if Prabhupada has established, he is so rich and he is so influential and everything is as good as God, then why is still Prabhupada have to do service? Why is he offering service to the Lord? Sridhar Swami comments, Bhagavatvaya Bhagavat Saman Aishwaryaya. Bhagavattvaya means the one who has attained this Bhagavatva is Bhagavan Saman Aishwaryaya. So he is as opulent as the Lord. Bhagavat, in the purport it's meant Bhagavatva, which is becoming as good as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, does not mean becoming one with Him or equal to Him. Although in the spiritual world the servant is equally as opulent as the Master. The servant of the Lord is engaged in the service of the Lord as a servant, friend, father, mother, or conjugal lover, all of whom are equally as opulent as the Lord. And this is what is called, oh, how is it? If master and servant both are equally opulent, then is not master servant, servant not master, and all this confusion? No, this is Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Prabhupada mentions the master and the servant are different yet equal in opulence. This is the meaning of simultaneously difference from the Supreme Lord and oneness with Him. If someone want to remember this example, it's very nice. Yeah, we often want to know what is, oh, we come across Achintya Bheda Bheda Tattva. Is this, is that? No, this example gives us. And then Prahlad Maharaj is offering Om Namo Bhagavate Tubhyam Purushaya Mahatmane Haraye Adbhuta Simhaya Brahmane Paramatmane. O my Lord, full of six opulences, O Supreme Person, O Supreme Soul, killer of all miseries, O Supreme Person in the form of a wonderful lion and man, let me offer my respectful obeisances unto you. So, in the previous verse, Prahlad Maharaj has explained that a devotee can achieve the platform of Bhagavatva, being as good as Supreme Person, but this does not mean that the devotee loses his position as a servant. That's why he's saying, oh, now we both are same. Why should I offer my obeisances to? He's saying, no, let me offer my respectful obeisances. So, Prabhupada is helping us to understand a pure servant of Lord, although as opulent as the Lord, is still meant to offer respectful obeisances to the Lord in service. Prahlad Maharaj was engaged in pacifying the Lord, and therefore he did not consider himself equal to the Lord. He denied his position as a servant and offered respectful obeisances unto the Lord. Sorry. Not denied. He defined. It's, he defined his position as a servant and offered respectful obeisance unto the Lord. And after this, the Lord is saying, Shri Bhagavan Vacha Naikantino me maijatva ihashisa आशासते मुत्र च ये भवद्विधाः तथापि मन्वन्तरम् एतदत्र दैत्येश्वराणाम् अनुभुङ्क्ष्व भोगान्. He's saying, oh, Prahlad, a devotee like you never desires any kind of material opulences, either in this life or in the next. Nonetheless, I order you to enjoy the opulences of the demons in this material world, acting as their king until the end of duration of time, according to Manu. Hmm. There is explanation about this, what is the life of Manu and everything. But then, न कथा मदीया जुषमानप्रियस्त्वम् आवेश्य माम् आत्मनि सन्तमेकं सर्वेषु भूतेषु अधियज्ञ ईशं यजस्व योगेन च कर्म हिन्वन्. Yogesha karma hinman means to give up. It doesn't matter that you are in this material world, in the material world. You should always continuously hear the instructions and messages given by me and always be absorbed in thought of me, for I am the super soul existing in the core of everyone's heart. Therefore, give up fruitive activities and worship me. Hmm. So, in this regard, Narottam Das Thakur in his Prema Bhakti Chandrika is say, Karma Kanda, Jnana Kanda, Kevala Vishera Bhanda, Vishera poison. Both Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda, which is fruitive activity and speculation about Supreme Lord, are like pots of poison. One who is attracted to Karma Kanda, yeah, and Jnana Kanda spoils his existence as a human being. That's why Prabhupada always wants us to be very careful not to follow the path of Mayavad. Yeah, to gain more, yeah, Vedantas, to expect, oh, gain lot of knowledge, no, to be, therefore, a devotee is never interested in Karma Kanda or Jnana Kanda, but is simply interested in favorable service to the Lord. भोगेन पुण्य कुशलेन पापं कलेवरं कालजवेन हित्वा कीर्तिं विशुद्धां सुरलोकगीतां विताय माम् एषसि मुक्तबन्धः. So, my dear Prahlad, while you are in this material world, you will exhaust all reactions of your pious activities by feeling happiness. And by acting piously, you will neutralize impious activities. Hmm? Because of the powerful time factor, you will give up your body, but the glories of your activities will be sung in the upper planetary systems, and being fully freed from all bondage, you will return home back to Godhead. Again, this is yeah. In the early, one of the early verses we said, in the first verse, I think Prabhupada is mentioning about Nitya Siddha and Sadhana Siddha. And in that connection, it was mentioned Prahlad Maharaj is a Nitya Siddha. Here, then why, if a Nitya Siddha who has come from the Vaikuntha, who is already pure, why is the Lord saying this? Yeah, why is Lord saying that, oh, stay here in this world, do something so that all your good things will be gone, bad things will be gone, so that you can be only coming a pure devotee. Purport. Srila Vishwanath Chakrabarti Thakur says, Evam Prahaladasyam Sena Sadhana Siddhatvam Nitya Siddhatvam Cha Naradadi Vaj Nyayam. It is said there are two classes of devotees, the Sadhana Siddha and Nitya Siddha. Prahlad Maharaj is a mixed Siddha. That is, he is he is perfect partly because of executing devotional service and partly because of eternal perfection. So what is that? Thus he is compared to such a devotee as Narada. Formerly Narada was a son of maid servant, and therefore in his next birth he attained perfection, sadhana siddhi, because of having executed devotional service. Yet he is called Nitya Siddha because he never forgot the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, which means I maybe I'm reading between the lines, but this can give us. Sometimes people ask, why did we come in the first place from the spiritual world? Hmm? If we were already enjoying the company of the Lord, when we are already engaged in the service of the Lord, why did we even come back? That is one thing. But someone asked, after going back, because we have come, is there a chance that we'll come back again? Huh? Is a second fall down, or I don't know, n plus one fall down is possible? We can see from here that Narada Muni, yeah, who was a sadhana siddha, son of a maid servant, and after that he went to a holy place. He did tapasya after having the first glance of the Lord, and then he attained a nitya siddha state, which means a sadhana siddha can attain a nitya siddha, but a sadhana siddha may even also come down. Yeah, which means after going perfect, yeah. But again, if one has the desire, then he may come down. Why? Because it says Narada, and because of having executed, yet he is also a Nitya Siddha because he never forgets the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah. So, which means one can stay, one can become a Nitya Siddha. Yeah, it's not like he's eternally Nitya Siddha. One can stay as a Nitya Siddha if one is always remembering the Lord in service. But as a moment when we again forget, or when we neglect that, or think that, oh, I can also enjoy, I can become a master, then again we may have to come back. The word Kushalena is very important. One should live in the material world very expertly. Kushala means uh, um, favorable. No, Kushala means um, that which is auspicious. Yes. Hmm. One should live in the material world very expertly. The material world is known as the world of duality because one sometimes has to act impiously and sometimes has to act piously. What is that? Huh? We always think we should always act piously. No, but sometimes we are forced to act impiously. Although one does not want to act impiously, the world is so fashioned that there is always danger. Padam padam yat vipadam. Vipadam. Thus, even when performing devotional service, a devotee has to create many enemies. Hmm? Uh, padam padam yat vipadam. That is the world where we are living, and that's why we have to be very careful. Even being a devotee sometimes is becoming so painful, right? Hmm? Yeah, maybe not as painful as a materialist, or sometimes a devotee thinks, no, 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 I think they are enjoying better than us. So, no. Um, so one should be expert. It said, Kushalena, a devotee should expertly manage to think always of the Supreme Lord so that the reactions of suffering cannot touch him. So when we are dealing with all these things, we should become expert of how to practice bhakti, not to how to handle all these material challenges. Oh, no, no, no. In spite of material challenges, how to practice bhakti. That's why uh, one should One should engage in, yeah, and that's why. This is the expert management of Papa Punya, pious and impious activity. An exalted devotee like Prahlad Maharaj is Jivan Mukta. Jivan Mukta. He is liberated even in this very life in the material body. य एतत् कीर्तयेन् मह्यन् त्वया गीतम् idam naraha त्वां च मां च स्मरन् काले कर्मबन्धात् pramuchyate. One who always remember your activities and my activities also. Yeah, Nrsimhadev is saying, and who chants the prayers you have offered becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. So that's why when I was writing that there are so many instructions, yes, the Lord wants us to embrace such instructions coming from Bhagavat like Prahlad Maharaj. And then what will happen? One becomes, the prayers you have offered becomes free in due course of time from the reactions of material activities. The Phalastuti of this Narsimha Leela, hearing to that, is this one. Prabhupada mentions in the purport. Here it is stated that anyone who chants and hears about the activities of Prahlad Maharaj and in relationship with Prahlad's activities, the activities of Narsimha Deva, gradually becomes free from all bondage of fruitive activities. यम हि न व्यथयन्ति एते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभः सम दुःख सुख धीरम सो मृत्यत्वाय कल्पते. One is certainly liberated. Mrityatvaya, amrityattvaya, no more gets in the cycle of birth and death. Dukheshva anudvigna mana सुखेशु विगत स्पृह वीतराग भय क्रोध स्थितधीर मुनिरुच्यते. Krishna is saying, and in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, iha yasya harer dasya karmana manasa gira nikhilasva api avasthashu jivan mukta sa uchyate. Even in this world, when we are being devotees, then we are also jivan muktas, already liberated. A person acting in Krishna consciousness with his body, mind, and intelligence and words is a liberated person even within this material world, although he may be engaged in many so called material activities. And in Bhagavatam, there is Bhakti Punati Mana Nishta. Man Nishta. Swapakan api sambhavat. Even one born in a family of meat eaters, Swapakan, meat eaters, is purified if he engages in devotional service. And Srila Jiva Goswami, in the commentary of this particular verse, 11, 14, 21, he uses Prahlad Maharaj example. Srila Jiva Goswami cites this verse in logically supporting that anyone who chants about the pure life and activities of Prahlad Maharaj is freed from the reactions of material activities. After this, Sri Praradvacha Varam Varaya Etete Varadeshan Maheshwara Yad Anindat Pitame Tvam Avidvam Teja Aishwaram Vidha Marshaya Sakshat Sarvaloka Gurum Prabhum Bhratar Heti Mrisha Drishti Tvad Bhakte Mai Chaghavan Tasmat Pitame Puyeta Durandhat Dushtarat Agat Putaste Panga Sandrishtas Tada Gripana Vatsala. Now he is asking, if at all you want to give something, I ask you for only one benediction. I know that my father at the time of his death had already been purified by your glance upon him. But because of his ignorance of your beautiful power and supremacy, he was unnecessarily angry at you, falsely thinking that you were the killer of his brother. Thus, he directly blasphemed your lordship. So, I wish that he may be excused for these sinful activities. In the purport, it says, although Hiranyakashipu was purified as soon as he came in contact with the Lord's lap, and the Lord saw him, Prahlad Maharaj still wanted to hear from Lord's own mouth that his father has been purified by Lord's causeless mercy. Prahlad Maharaj offered this prayer to the Lord for the sake of his father, As a Vaishnava son, despite all inconveniences imposed upon him by his father, he could not forget his father's affection. Purport. Shri Bhagavan Vacha Trisaptabhis Putah पितृभिर्सह तेन गा यत्साधोऽस्य कुले जातो भवान् वै कुलपावनः. This is very, very important. I think sometimes we come across how many lives of our previous generations will be attaining success if we become a devotee. It's mentioned. The word Trisaptabhis means, did I read the translation? Okay. The word Trisaptabhis means 7 multiplied by 3. Okay. In one's family, one can count back 4 or 5 generations. Yeah, like we may say father, grandfather, great grandfather, great grandfather's father. But since the Lord mentions 21 forefathers, what does that mean? This indicates that the benediction expands to other families also. What a this means it says before the present family in which one has taken birth, he must have been born in other families, right? Thus, when a Vaishnava takes birth in a family, by the grace of Lord, he purifies not only that family but also family of his previous births. So, in this way, we are not just telling, oh, okay, one dynasty, otherwise, no, a whole generation. No, we are talking about not only the parents and grandparents and their forefathers, ancestors are blessed in this life or in this family tree, but also if one would have born in his previous birth somewhere, even those forefathers and etc. are also purified. यत्र यत्र च भक्ता प्रशान्ता समदर्शिनः साधवः समुदाचारस्ते पूयन्तेऽपि कीकटाः कीकटाः whenever and wherever there are peaceful equipoised devotees who are well behaved and decorated with all good qualities, that place and dynasties there, even if condemned, are purified. Hmm? In the purport, wherever exalted devotees stay, not only they and their dynasties, but the entire country is purified. सर्वात्मना न हिंसन्ति भूतग्रामेषु किंचन उच्छावशेष उच्छावशेषु दैत्येन्द्र मद्भावा विगत स्पृहा Indra. Oh dear Prahlad, king of Daityas, my dear Prahlad, because of being attached to devotional service to me, my devotees does not distinguish between lower and higher living entities. In all respects, he is never jealous of anyone. Bhavanti Purusha Loke Madbhaktastvam Anuvrataha Bhavan me khalu bhaktanam sarvesham pratirupadrik. Those who follow your example will naturally become my pure devotees. You are the best example of my devotee, and others should follow in your footsteps. Uh, and in the purport, um, we see in this connection, Srila Madhvacharya quotes a verse from Skanda Puran. Ritetu tatvikan devan naradadim tathaiva cha prahlada uttamakonu Vishnu bhakto jagatraye. There are many, many devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they have been enumerated in Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam as follows. Swayambhu Narada Sambhu Kumara Kapilo Manuhu Prahlado Janako Bhishmo Balir Vayasakir Vayam. There are these 12 Mahajanas. In that, Prahlad Maharaj is understood to be the best example. Kurutvam Pretah Krityani Pituh Putasya Sarvashah Mad Anga Sparshanenanga Lokan Yasyati Suprajaha. Oh, my child, my dear child, your father has already been purified by the touch of my body at the time of his death. Nonetheless, the duty of a son is to perform the Shraddha ceremony after his father's death, so that his father may be promoted to a planetary system where he may become a good citizen and devotee. In this regard, Prabhupada is mentioning. In this regard, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says that although Hiranyakashipu was already purified, we know that Hiranyakashipu, because he got in contact with the Lord, he is already purified. He had to take birth on higher planetary system to become a devotee again. Prahlad Maharaj was advised to perform the ritualistic ceremony as a matter of etiquette. It's not needed. As a matter of etiquette, it was done. For the Supreme Person, under no circumstances want to stop the regulative principles. Madhva Muni also instructs Madhu Kaitabhau Bhakti Abhava Daro Bhagavato Mrito Tama Eva Kramad Apto Bhaktya Ched Yo Harim Yayo. When the demons Madhu and Kaitaba were killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, their kinsmen also observed the ritualistic ceremony so that these demons could return home back to Godhead. पित्र्यां च स्थानम् आतिष्ठ यथोक्तं ब्रह्मवादिभिः मयि आवेश्य मनः तात कुरु कर्माणि मत्परः. So after performing the ritualistic ceremonies, take charge of your father's kingdom, sit upon the throne and do not be disturbed by materialistic activities. Please keep in your mind, please keep your mind fixed upon me. Uh, without transgressing the injunctions of the Vedas, as a matter of formality, you may perform your particular duties. Uh, in this connection purport, he brings up the quote, Devarshi bhutapta nripan pitran na kinkaro nayam rinicha rajan sarvatmanaya saranam saranyam gato mukundam parihritya kartam. Uh, one who has fully surrendered to the lotus feet of the Lord is no longer a debtor to his forefathers, the great sages, human society, the common man, or any living entity. But why is the Lord asking Prahlad Maharaj, though he is perfect devotee? It's mentioned nonetheless advised. The Supreme Lord nonetheless advised Prahlad Maharaj to follow the regulative principles, for since he was going to be the king, others would follow his example. Thus, Lord Narsimhadev advised Prahlad Maharaj to engage in his political duties so that people would become Lord's devotees. यद्यदाचरति श्रेष्ठः तत्तत्तेवेतरो जनाय सयत् परमाणु कुरुते लोकस्तद् अनुवर्तते. So one follows people who set right example, leaders. One should not be attached to any materialistic activity, but a devotee may perform such activities as an example to show the common man that one should not deviate from Vedic principles. Shri Narada Uvacha Prahradopi Tatha Chakre Piturya Samparayikam Yathaha Bhagavan Rajan Abhishikto Dvijatibihi. So in this way, Narad Muni, he is telling to Yudhishthir Maharaj, he is saying, thus the Supreme Lord ordered Prahlad Maharaj perform the ritualistic ceremony for his father. O King Yudhishthira, he was then enthroned in the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu as directed by Brahmanas. I'll stop here. Yes, I'll stop here. 24. Yep, thank you very much. Oh, someone left a comment. I didn't see that. Okay. Any thoughts, or what did you pick up from such a nice conversation between the Lord and his expert devotee? Mainly Sugandha Mataji.
Prabhuji, this I learned that how Prahlad Maharaj ji, he prayed to God that he should not that his father can also be free, and
Mm-hmm.
he can also go
By
to
form, yeah,
God. Yeah,
by doing the Shraddha ceremony. Yeah.
Shraddha.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
thank you very much for the beautiful explanation of this chapter. Yeah, as you mentioned, Prabhuji, that Prahlad Maharaj also, when Lord Narasimha was offered him the benediction and was insisting him to ask some material desire, and Prahlad Maharaj, as Prahlad Maharaj also asked that if you really want to give a benediction, then this I mean, you give me a desire that I don't have any desire for this material. So this is very beautiful things.
Mm.
And yeah, in this journey of Krishna consciousness, I believe that whoever has started a bit seriousness, started with the seriousness, I think this is the desire for every to be devotees. At least they are not fully detached, that they don't have any material desire, but they at least reduced their desire for their material desire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Think we are, I mean, nowhere close to the to the devotion of Prahlad Maharaj, but still we also uh, have this desire that we should not have any desire for or hankering for material desire.
Yeah. Yeah. So what you're saying, if we have a vision, our vision is clear, right?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah, that's nice point. Yeah, it's not like okay, they're too foreign that we don't want. We may sometimes think, hey, they are so advanced or they're perfect devotees. So what can we are not there. So what can we learn? No, the 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 spirit is there. Yeah, we should take. That's why it says now we should follow the role models. We can't imitate them. So we can't just become like him. Okay, just okay. If someone will throw me into a pit of snakes, that's okay. No, we are not there. That's why we don't want to artificially also be there. But at the same time, what should we take up here is for whatever. Yeah, even in our life, don't we get obstacles?
Yes, Prabhuji, of course.
Yeah, when we get obstacles, at least to whatever capacity, we should try to be doing what Prahlad Maharaj is doing. We have to try to um, understand devotion is the topmost. Yeah, so we should understand we we could develop full faith. Yeah, we are not having faith, but we can develop. There is no harm to develop such full faith.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah,
Yeah,
correct.
nice. Yeah, nice point, Partha.
And one more thing, Prabhuji, and in the verse number 5 also, so where it
Yeah.
mentioned that
Who is the
we
perfect disciple and who is perfect master? Huh?
exactly, so the devotee should not have any material desire from master, along in the and vice versa. Master should not have any prestigious positions, desire for prestigious position from the devotees.
Yeah.
And yeah, this is very true in this association, in this community, in this con community. But you know, in today's date, I've seen many people. I mean, lot of big what do you call, big businessmen and politicians. They go to so-called babas and things like that. And also, I've seen those so-called babas also. They, of course, they have some mystic power maybe,
Mhm.
and they do some mystic power and they do some blessings to those businessmen, politician, and based on that they also succeed temporarily in their adventures in politics and business. Okay, but this totally it's a commercial game, like.
Yeah. Have you seen those photos where the person is taking with the guru, and he's saying, "Hey, because of him I got this, yeah. And or the person is taking photos with all people, and there he has a gallery and saying, oh, see, he's my guru, so
Mm.
great. Yeah. And when you were telling this, it reminded me of um, you remember when we went to um, Agasya,
Yes, yes.
at that there, the one who was in front of the, I think, yeah, yeah,
Mm.
he was taking care like a pujari, a priest. The
Mm.
priest, he was saying, first pay obeisances to Guru, to my
Mm.
Guru, otherwise
Mm.
there is no, huh, you will not
Yes,
get anything. You remember?
yes, yes,
He and he was so strong. I really like that. Yeah, that
yes.
shows his nishta to his Guru. Yeah, he cannot tolerate someone just walking by without offering obeisances, without
Mm.
offering respect.
Mm.
Yeah. So that shows who is real master. Just by seeing him, we want to follow him, isn't it?
Correct. Yes.
So, and when you are bringing the point that, okay, there are so many other places where we don't see the spirit, we see why in ISKCON we have this so much is because everyone wants to be a better servant.
Mm.
Yeah. Even a master doesn't mean that, oh, now I have a master, so I don't have, just like Bhagavatva. One attains Bhagavatva doesn't mean that, oh, he is becoming a god, that's why everyone should serve him. No. Bhagavatva, Prahlad is still saying, oh, let me offer my obeisances, let me serve. So that spirit is so pure and strong in ISKCON and also in other, we can see in other Gaudiya uh, Vaishnava institutes, or not only we can see when one understands this spirit and they are offering everything to their guru and always servant, yeah,
Mm.
bhartor padakamalayur dasa dasanudasa, this is what the Lord appreciates when we do that. Yeah, that is the reason why we see it's a magnet, right? Because people want guru but they don't want to be cheated,
Correct. Yes, boss.
right?
Mm.
And with some bitter experiences people do not want to try again and again. Yeah,
Mm.
but when they come to in this con we see that, oh, okay, they are not cheated because they are given that, yes, even if you don't worship me, even if you don't serve me, the important thing is that you serve um, Krishna. Yeah, they keep Krishna, all the servants of Krishna keep Krishna in the front, not that, oh, you serve me. Hmm? Through that spirit one is serving the guru automatically, because they see, oh, i have who I have to serve my guru who has given such an important message and who is also following the same path, uh, being an acharya. That's
Mm.
why we see, yeah, I mean, this thing.
Yes,
Nice.
Prabhuji. Perfect. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, Prabhuji.
thank you. Any last thoughts, anyone, before we close?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Prabhuji, it was wonderful. Yeah, the Lord's blessings to hear on Prahlad Maharaj. And Prabhuji, I did not understand one thing, that why Prahlad Maharaj would go to enjoy the pious results. He did not incur, he did akarma.
Mhm.
And still Lord said he will enjoy the results.
Thanks for asking. You know who is Prahlad Maharaj in his previous birth? Somaharshana, I think. His name is Somaharshana. He was a Brahmana. Somehow, uh, undeliberately, he practiced bhakti, which means as a Brahmana, he was still doing something. He was in a romance with a girl, and the girl said, okay, I mean, let's meet in the temple. Yeah, so let's meet in the temple, and in fact, that didn't happen, and he was so much disappointed. Mm. He actually cleaned the whole temple all the night. He was fasting, and that was the temple of Narsingadev at that time. Yeah, and so in one way or the other, he did service. So definitely, there is still something. And yeah, as I said, when we are talking still here is a Nitya Siddha. He was a Sadhana Siddha who became a Nitya Siddha. Yeah. So the Lord is giving time on the planet Earth. Yeah, engage in this, and while doing this, you follow the dharma, and then you become qualified.
Yes, Guruji. So Prabhuji,
So he was a Jivan. He
Nitya
was a
Siddha by
Jivan.
Mhm.
He was a Jivan Mukta. Yeah, that's what we can clearly see in the life of Prahlad Maharaj in all these chapters. But yeah, but in the previous life, he did something. He got the eligibility to take it from there, and Narsingadev blesses him with this. That's how I see. Huh?
So Prabhuji, there are two possibilities for Nitya Siddhas. Either they come directly from spiritual world, or one who constantly by sadhana, doing sadhana, who goes to the platform constantly remembering
Yeah,
Lord, he also then on the
yeah,
same platform.
yeah. So a sadhana siddha who stays ever in the devotion, then he is in the Nitya Siddha stage. He can become a Nitya Siddha.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji, for
That's my understanding from this particular chapter.
this. Prabhuji. Understood, Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Mhm. Thank you. Okay, then we close the call here. Thank you so much and for your patience. Yeah, we didn't finish in time, but I thought didn't want to break the flow for this part of the chapter. वंशाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की जय। प्रहलाद महाराज की जय। नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंद। हरे कृष्ण।